Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to Sarah's Kitchen. We are in Sarah's Kitchen. This is what we're making today. These are, well, this is the plain one, but I'm gonna make the ones with walnuts. These are called NAZOOK. They're basically cinnamon rolls stuffed with walnuts. They're called many different things, but we're gonna make my version of these. And they're so good. Anyways, hope everyone's had a great day. Mid-afternoon here, and I have some time, some free time. Now I gotta finish this up. And let's get started. Welcome to Sarah's Kitchen. I made some, let's put it away. I made a dough earlier, so I'm gonna walk you guys through making this dough. And then I have one ready to go because you need to set it to rise and proof and do its own thing. And then we can get going. I have my walnuts. I think I've got everything right at my disposal when I need it. I'm going to need a spoon, and I'm going to need my sour cream, which I have. And my sour cream isn't complete enough that I need, so I'm gonna add yogurt to it. You can do that, or you can just do yogurt. Now, let me run down all the ingredients you guys need for this. You need 3 to 4 cups of flour. I'm gonna say 3.5, but you should always have a little extra just to add on. Hi everyone, hi, welcome. In case you guys are new to my channel, it started off on Instagram and it took off, and so now I'm trying to put my recipes on YouTube live because I'm a busy mom. This is a real home, real kitchen, real life, real cooking, so I don't really have that much time to sit and edit. I go live, I show you guys, and then I'll show you guys the finished product, and everybody seems to like the way it's happening. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me or comment on Instagram. Instagram is also in Sarah's Kitchen. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. That way you guys get a notification every time I post something. I try to do a new recipe twice a week, 3 times a week, depending on my schedule and the kids' schedule. Okay, so you need 3 to 4 cups of flour for this dough. This is a basically really yummy pastry dough. It's a pastry dough. You need about 1.25 cups of sour cream or yogurt. You need, I substitute sugar from this recipe completely. What I do instead of sugar is I used sweetened condensed milk. That just gives it really good yummy flavor. I used to eat this with a spoon as a kid when I was young, and my kids, it was out on the counter today. Nicholas tasted it and he's like, oh my gosh, Mom, this is really good. So yes, that instead of sugar. This is my recipe. It's gonna be different than everything you've seen out there. You need dry active yeast. You need baking powder. Baking powder, 1 teaspoon. Dry active yeast, 1 teaspoon. 1 egg goes into our dough. So I'm gonna start with the egg. I wanna make sure I get everything. 2 tablespoons of your condensed milk. So we're jumping right into this. I have my oven is getting warm. I have my baking sheet. I'm gonna cut them. I'm gonna roll this one out once we're done with this. So 1 egg into your bowl where you're gonna kind of finish everything. The other thing you're gonna need handy is your sifter, because you're gonna do that with the flour. And then for the filling, I'll run that through that afterwards. So we're gonna start with the egg, and then we're going to add the yogurt. We need 1 cup of yogurt or sour cream. I personally prefer sour cream. So I'm gonna measure the sour cream, and it should be room temperature because And if it isn't, don't worry, you're not gonna kill it. But give it a little bit time to sit on the counter, because I'm gonna show you guys, I will show you guys what I do with this. This is magic, okay? I have all this magic up my sleeve. So this is how much sour cream I have. It's not quite a cup and a tablespoon, like a good heaping tablespoon. Wrong dish of yogurt. Let me get my yogurt. All right. I have so many dishes of yogurt in here. I want this one. All right. So because this is not full enough, you guys can't see my bowl. I'm gonna fill up my sour cream with the yogurt, and I'll show you guys what I mean when I say 1 cup and a quarter, or 1 cup and a tablespoon. So if you want to measure this, the way I measured it is 250 milliliters, okay? So I did measure that, I know how much that is. This is gonna go into your egg, okay? Now, my yogurt was not room temperature, so that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Don't panic if it's not. If it is, great. If it's not, do not panic. There goes that baby. Good yogurt. To that, I'm gonna add, sour cream. 1 teaspoon of our dry active yeast, and that goes into your yogurt, okay? And we are going to add the baking powder into our yogurt. I know you're used to adding it to your flour. We're gonna add it to our yogurt or our sour cream, okay? And then I'm gonna blend this up, mix it really well. Doesn't have to be really well, just mix it up. Look at that. That's it. It's super simple, people. Baking in my household, or cooking, as complex as the recipe is, it still has to be doable, simple, quick, because my life is so on the go that I don't have time to fuss over little things. Vanilla paste. Oh my God. This is the best thing ever. Buy it on Amazon. It doesn't matter what brand. This one is Hilala, H-E-I-L-A-L-A, vanilla. Vanilla paste. It's beautiful. It has all those black dots in there. It's just like using vanilla bean. 2 tablespoons of your sweet condensed milk, dulce de leche you can use. You want it sweetened. This is where I'm not adding any sugar to my dough, where you would usually add sugar. I am not adding any sugar. Okay, and I like to keep these empty containers around and just stick my spoons in there. There we go. Now always have your recipe handy that you've written down. I want to show you guys, I don't know if it's visible, but you can see those black dots from the vanilla bean paste. It's so cool. All right, I kind of run down. I'm good to go. Now I'm gonna sift in my flour. This is my 3.5 cups. I know I'm gonna put that in there. That's gonna go in there. And I'm gonna go halfway, about halfway. You wanna sift because you're gonna get these lumps. Now these lumps are gonna go in, but you wanna make your work as easy as possible, and that's really to get the lumps out. Now I'm gonna make a little well in the middle. Start from the middle. Get the wheel going. and then just keep folding it, mixing this. You can use your hand. I want to keep my hand out of it as much as possible just because I'm gonna go into rolling the other dough. Now when I get to this point is when I'm gonna add the butter. And I forgot to tell you guys, that's the other ingredient you need, is 1 cup of room temperature butter. Or you may use 1 cup of canola oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, your preference. It's all gonna work out better. However, ghee and butter smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. The ghee and the butter are your best options because that'll make this dough flaky when it's cooked. Now I'm gonna get the ghee out of here. Yet another spoon is needed. And I'm going to measure it 1 cup of ghee. Because it's soft, room temperature, I always have ghee in my pantry. I have butter, but it's not room temperature, and you need it room temperature. 1 cup or 2 sticks of room temperature butter. I love using European butter, or this is Canadian ghee. It's good butter. You can see the color. No wasting here. And you want your 1 cup. You can't cheat this. This is a part of your recipe. I'm putting half of that in there. Okay, and I will keep folding that in. That is going to be some good dough. See how the dough is really just coming to perfectly? Here's where the other half of the flour is gonna go in. Now this is 3.5 cups. You need 3 to 4. So many different things play a factor into why and how much flour you need in a dough. It's different than cake. It depends how you measure your flour. It depends on the temperature of your kitchen. Believe it or not, for me, the weather outside, it all just makes a difference in your baking, especially baking a pie dough. So see how dry this is becoming. And here is where the rest of your ghee is going to go in. We have another half a cup to add to this. And I put it in the yogurt dish because this way, if I have extra yogurt, I'm gonna pop that in there. And see why I tell you guys keep your recipes close. I need a pinch of salt in there. Now say you forgot your pinch of salt, please don't panic. It doesn't matter. It just balances the oil and sweetness. Here we go. Now I'm gonna fold it. As if I'm going in with my hand, I go from the corners and I fold it in. Just go from the corners and fold it in. The ghee and the flour. This is also called kneading, and I'm just using my spatula. There you go. I'm folding all the butter in. I like it to do it in addition with the flour. Some people add the butter in and then add the flour. You'll come up with your own way. There's no police here, no one's gonna care. There you go. Now, this is the best part. This is where you become a kid. A piece here. I'm gonna pop this on the counter, right? I will put some flour on my counter. and pop this out. Ooh, look at that. And scrape the bowl. I will go in with my hand now. Look at, scrape all that down. And I hate to waste. I clean up my spatulas really well. I will do another live of this on Instagram tonight if anyone misses this. I'm gonna leave this here, put some more flour on my hand, and all you're gonna do is knead, which means folding your dough over and over again. So all the ingredients kind of get combined as much as possible. You can do this in a food processor. I add a little bit more flour. When I feel the butter on my fingers, I'll just add a little bit more flour. This dough smells so good. So that's what kneading is, really. It's not, ooh. There you go, there it is. You're just folding it from corner to corner around the edges. A little bit more flour on top. This really did take about 4 cups because I had 3.5. And then that was about a 1/4 cup on my counter, which gets combined into that. There it is. Look at that. Look at that beautiful dough. Now this is gonna sit for 2 hours. The one I did earlier sat about, let me think what time I made it. I made it at 10:30 and now it's well, it was 4:30 when I started. So it's 4:45 now. So several hours. This is just gonna sit like this. And on the counter, it does not need to be refrigerated. If you want to refrigerate it, you can. You can do it overnight. It's no problem. But you don't need to, is what I'm saying. Now I brought my rolling pin. And here's what's gonna happen. Look at this beautiful, look how much it's doubled and look how soft it is. God, it smells so good. So much fun. So surface is floured and I'm going to cut this in half like so, and then another half. So I'm going to take 1/4 of that out just to make it easy on myself to work with it. Look at that. That is beautiful. This point, you don't really need to have too much flour around. This is where we're gonna cut it and hopefully try and manage a good rectangle. And I don't want to push it too much. I'm just gonna, I will just do that with it, and I like to pop it out like that. Roll it out. Get some sort of rectangle. You don't need to cut it. You don't need to make this perfect. There it is. And you do have to lift it every once in a while. Tap it so it doesn't stick to your surface. More flour. Pop it back. You see that? Seriously, how simple was that? It's so simple, it's so fun. At this point, you can fill it with whatever your heart desires. All I Gussie, be quiet. So, they go. No one's there. Okay, spray bottle. Gus, no. So it doesn't matter at this point what you guys want to do with the filling. Whatever you like, you add to it. You brush off the excess flour because that's going to make it hard. And you can use your hand or a brush. Gussie, no. Cars drive by and the dogs are barking. Just like that, you want all of that off of the surface. Shh. Oh my God. I apologize, people. Real kitchen. Here we go. There it is. Now you can add your butter or your soft ghee, which is what I'm going to go for. Just as if you're doing a cinnabon, you can do your own filling. Honey, walk them a little, please. Okay. And then we're gonna add to this filling cinnamon. Can you get me some brown sugar, babe? There's the cinnamon. Do any filling you like. I'm gonna add some pumpkin pie spice. You can do just nutmeg, cardamom. Do what you like, do what your family enjoys. Add whatever they like. You could add chocolate nibs to this. You can add, use a cup from this side, Bobby. You can add, I'm going to add walnuts to this. Fresh ground walnuts. If I get my tool out. Here we go. Thank you. I'm still here. Whee! Okay, here it is. This is one of my most favorite pastries. They're not really considered cookies. Oh, thank God he took the doggies out for a walk. They're not cookies. I'm running out of counter space, people. All right, so there we go. Let's just pop it there. That is half a cup of walnuts. Okay, to a quarter cup of brown sugar, right on it. And that's what you're gonna, how you're gonna grind this up. This doesn't reach, so we're gonna do it this way. So a quarter cup of sugar goes into a quarter of your dough. You could make less or more. There it is. Look how smooth the walnut became with the sugar. You want to add the sugar in there. It actually really helps it. And I like to fill this up plenty. And then just push it through and through and push it down. Kind of bring it all the way to the edges. There are different methods to this. This is just gonna make everyone flip out in your home. Be careful, this blade is so super sharp. I have cut my hand on it several times where I think, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna avoid it. And no, it doesn't happen that way. This is gonna be different than the one I showed you guys because this has the walnuts in it. And the one I showed you guys is folded. This is going to be rolled, and I'm gonna show you how. Look at, can you tell I don't wear, why I don't wear aprons is beyond me, but here we go. You can see we're gonna fold it gently, just like a cinnamon roll. Just like my cinnamon roll simple dough. This is so user-friendly. You could do so much with this. Oh my gosh. And then as I'm rolling it, I'm brushing off the excess flour that I have on underneath. You can use your brush. Just be careful, these brushes kind of give off bristles. You don't want to have a piece of brush in your... This is called NAZOOK. It's Armenian. I've had it in Greece. I've had a version of it in Italy. It's amazing to me how all the worlds come together through food. That is the most fascinating thing to me. Honestly, if you think about how much we have in common where our food is concerned, you forget the differences that we all have. We have so much in common. All right, so there, brush the corners, and here's what's gonna happen. I like it rolled like this. Some people smooth it out. I like it just like that. I'm gonna get the flour out from underneath. And here's what's gonna happen. I will put parchment paper on my sheet. Thank you, honey.
Only one of them did everything.
Who?
Coco.
Coco. Voila. Parchment paper. Let's leave it behind. And then I will cut. Actually, you know what I will do? Put it here and cut it. There it is. And where is my dough cutter? My fancy schmancy dough cutter. This has this real little edges around. It makes it look so cool. Now you could go triangles, you know, or you could go straight. I'm gonna go triangles. Reminds me of my beautiful Armenian hairstylist I used to go to in Encino. Her mother used to make this for me, and I would go crazy when I was pregnant with the kids. Actually, what I will do is I'm gonna keep them like so. Look at that. I can't even believe it. This is so beautiful. I wanna lift one and show you guys. Look at those. Gelson sells these. Bobby, look at what I've done. Baby, look.
What is it?
Come see. Look at NAZOOK with walnuts in it and brown sugar. And then what you can do is just kind of go on top and put design on it. Why not? I think Chris, Kim, and Chloe would get a kick out of this, especially Kim, Chloe, and Courtney. Look at those. Do you guys see how simple this was? That's it. Now I will bake these. I will come back and post you guys post for you the final product on YouTube, make it like a part 2, so you see what it looks like. But that's it. Voila. Look at these. And I haven't even put them perfectly, but I want you guys to see the inside. Look how beautiful these are. Just place them. I will add some egg wash over it and pop it in the oven, 350, for about 30 minutes. But you're gonna keep an eye on it because I can't tell you necessarily how long to bake these for because I don't know how thin you're gonna roll them out. So all of that depends on what you do. I will do an egg wash on those. Hi, Dusty. Here we go. This is my egg wash. And stick them in the oven. You could add brown sugar over the top. I don't want to add anything else to it. I like it just as is. This is going to be spectacular. You could add some cream to your sugar right about now. You don't have to. These are all possibilities. I will use my brush that I was cleaning the surface with and do my egg wash. La la la. And this will give it that gorgeous golden color on top. There we go. My kids are getting older, so they're also picky with their food intake and sugar intake, and Mom, this has too much sugar. Mom, this is too sweet. So I'm always trying to come up with the foods that they like, and I like to make it at home. And then I know how much sugar is in it. Also with my husband, you know, I like telling him that only has this much butter in it. If you think about it, that's not really much butter. And you can also, like I said, substitute with coconut oil, canola oil, depending on what your preferences are. I'm your test kitchen, and I will give you guys your guidelines. You decide what else you want to do with this. So I'm going to bake these. I will bring them back, and I will go on YouTube and show you guys the end results and pop one open. And then we can compare this and the first one that I showed you guys. Thank you for watching. 350, about 30 minutes, give or take. You guys have to keep an eye on it. Thank you. In the oven we go.